Viewer Property Tours. This is Mrs. Enter, the lady that thinks all things are property. Let us talk property. Today, Silana Laisikona. Tambelani, where are we?
Crow's Nest.
Where are we, say it loud?
At the Crow's Nest.
Crow's Nest.
Yeah.
So we are exploring this property. They are using this property for a commercial use. So I told you we're all about property. We do residential. What else do? We do commercial. We do the land. And we do industrial. So here we are at the Crow's Nest. It is one of the commercial residences. And they use it as Airbnb and an instant hotel.
JP,
No worries.
how are you doing, man?
Good.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
But anyway, my first question was about the gem, the Midlands hidden gem. I think you just brought us to a hidden gem. Look at us, man. I'm sitting in front of a waterfall and say, what do you think of this, man?
Great, tranquility, the sounds of this waterfall.
In case you don't know, Entle is my new friend. She does property tours. She's a severe property tours. She does some with deepest. So she took me to a place called Zululami a few weeks ago. But it looked amazing, Polito, Durban. I think the Midlands can give Durban a run for its money. Not because of the way it looks and the expensive, but I feel like we have that mystery. That mystery. And I think you brought me to a hidden gem, which is my first question. So tell me about this hidden gem.
So the place that I brought you, it's called Where the Crow's Nest. And it was it's a strategic decision.
Really?
It's like when you share a hidden gem with you, the best way to show or someone that place is by creating an experience.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can only experience that when you're actually sitting in the middle of the hidden gem that I want to show you.
I feel like I'm in the hidden gem right now.
Exactly. And we're literally like 15-20 minutes away from down the Sadara Road, in between Hilton and Howick. And it feels like we're in the middle of the countryside.
Exactly. That's what I said to my friends when we were drove in. Like, oh, still in Howard?
And it's nice because it's like, and the name is also very great because it's got a great significance. It's about the family that actually owns this property. Their surname is the Crows. They started their family here, and this wasn't here 7-8 years ago when they started. So they built all of this, and they decided to share that vision that they had for the property with not just the community, but with people coming outside of the Midlands. And I think that's one of the things. What makes the Midlands more than just the magic is actually the community and the people. What sets us apart from every other destination. Like we can beat Belito or Durban or any other place, but where we have that strategic advantage is the people and the community that represents the Midlands. We had a previous chat a little earlier about all the various communities that make up the fabric of what Umngeni means. And every single one of them have a vital role to play in what we propose to people that come here. It's nice to have a nice destination or place where you can stay, but if the people that you experience and interact with isn't there, then you can have as many fancy places as you want and experience the routes that you want to create. But the people is key, and that's what our magic is. This is our people in this community. And I've got full confidence that they can do that.
You read these questions, eh? Because now you just answered 2 questions. You really, this guy was prepared,
I've got notes here.
Yeah, this guy was prepared. Don't you just love this? Don't you just love it when someone is prepared?
I love it.
So do you have any questions for him?
Done.
Do you have any questions for JP, Ente?
Yes, actually. So this Midlands, Natal Midlands meander, and you're doing tourism here. You are actually the manager of that section. Hey.
So, what we mostly do, so Umngeni tourism, it's a good question because people get confused on what our role actually is.
Actually is, yeah.
What community tourism, Umngeni tourism is in legislation, and this is the boring part, is that every single government, local, from all the spheres, need to have a community tourism organization that's made up of public and private businesses to represent that sector, and they work with government. So our role as a community tourism organization is to bring people together like the Midlands Meander and Umngeni municipality and stakeholders from other sectors to say, okay, great, this is our vision. How do we bring you all together to move towards the same direction? Because that's always the problem with communities, is that we've got so many people doing so many things and wonderful things.
Yes,
But
exactly.
there's no organization taking the lead to say, okay, great, this is the vision and what we're working towards. There are other organizations in our community that do that. Love Howick being a good example. They reach out to their development and training and looking after the environment. Our role is now to do the same, but for the travel and tourism sector, where we bring these people together so that we all work in tandem with one another, not in these silos to try and figure out what's going on if everyone else is already doing it.
But you're doing the same thing. And it's like, if you could actually get together and do these things.
So your goal is to bring the tourists here into Umngeni.
Absolutely. And
So what's the response? Because I think I've read somewhere, it says from this year, it has increased by 80% after the COVID. How is that?
so we have seen a remarkable interest in the destination and people coming back again. But it's actually quite very difficult to determine and give you exact numbers. And that's one of the things that Umngeni Tourism is trying to do is that for us to give you that information or make decisions on what's good for the organization or community that we work on,
Yeah.
we need to have this information. And at the
Numbers are
moment,
very important.
absolutely, because that's how you make decisions. You make decisions based on evidence. And how do you get that evidence? By bringing people on board and stakeholders and all those kind of things. And that's a gap that's currently is a problem. And that's what Umngeni Tourism is trying to do, and what I'm also trying to do on a broader scale, now from a district level and a provincial level. Because it's nice to have stats on how many people come to the province, but that means nothing to me if I live in the Midlands or Umngeni that need to make decisions based on information that's not accurate. So that's what we're doing now. It's definitely seen an uptick. We see more people coming here. It helps that a government also does what they say they're going to do. Fixing potholes and making things look pretty is what tourists want to see.
Exactly.
And it's great to have that partner with them in this process. I don't know if you've heard of our festival called Light Up Umngeni.
Yes, I do.
Light Up Umngeni started 3 years ago, and we started at Howick Falls
Yeah.
for specific reasons. One is that we wanted to show the potential of Howick Falls to what it could be. And the journey that you're explaining now was that goal that we had 3 years ago. It's starting to work. And you can now, of your podcast, you go to Howick Falls because it's great.
Yeah, I can actually go and actually do a podcast in Howick Falls and not get robbed.
Exactly. And then the second thing was also to create an opportunity for the guys that were working there after COVID to just get business back and
Yeah.
sustain themselves. And show the potential of Howick. After the elections, we had that big sense of hope in the community.
Yeah.
And we've managed to use one small thing like that to turn a place like Howick Falls into a place that people want to go to, where people can make money, where people want to be around and can sit on the rocks and say, listen, this is my reward for working well.
Exactly.
And tourists want to see that. We forget after COVID, because being cooped up in such small places, people want to go and experience places, but they also want to see that the places that they're going to are being taken care of by the people that live there.
Live there, yeah.
Because when I go to a community and I know that this little store buys their produce from a local farmer, I would much rather go to you than buying it from a massive conglomerate.
Why?
Exactly. And
It's fresh.
and that's a whole tourism route and sector and target market that people look for destinations that do
And I've
that.
been to some of the events, man. Guys, like the one, it was the Scottish themed event. It was
Island Gathering.
the Highland
It's
Games.
happening next week again.
It is amazing, man. Sorry, I'm not Scottish, but wow, seeing my friends there as well, Scotty and them, and all the guys, it was just felt like, as much as I'm not part of that culture, it just still felt like I was welcome.
Yeah.
Like, you're more than welcome to wear a kilt, even though I won't, because I have to go back to the township and explain that in the township. I don't want to have to explain why I was wearing this kilt in the township. We're not ready for that yet, okay? But we still have to go and actually experience the Highland Games themselves, because that's the culture. I mean, they have kilts, you have to learn. And not going to be someone from the township and be like, okay, now go and learn why so-and-so wears a kilt. It's the tradition, and it's actually, it's nice for air circulation. I don't know. So, but then you had the food as well, man. The food. I actually had for the first time I had cold pies,
Okay.
which is like a British kind of dish. It was actually kind of like cold pies. Oh, wait a minute! Actually, cold pies, warm beers. Now it makes sense.
Do it the inverse.
Yeah. But yeah, man. So tell me about the Midlands market. I want to know that, and then we can go to the AI part.
The Midlands market.
Yeah. And specifically, how do people actually become part of it if they want to be a staller?
Oh yeah. So the Midlands market was the brainchild of Love Howick.
Yeah.
And they approached Umngeni Tourism when it started to help them out with it. But they've created an idea where they saw that there's potential to showcase what we have to offer here. We've got so many farmers and artisan food and things that Cape Town or all these other places have, but we've got better. And I say that by just with a tad of bias.
Yeah,
But-
one side of it, but it's okay.
They saw an opportunity to one, showcase what we have to offer here, but also give people a platform to showcase their businesses, but for also for Love Howick to generate income for themselves as well. So it's an initiative that they started where they're trying to move it from location to location on a quarterly basis so that they can showcase different areas as well. So you don't have this one stagnant place the whole time and one business gets from it. So the idea that they came up with was to create a space where it's just food. No, nothing else. Just a place where you can go stuff your face and drink a lot of wine. And listen to awesome music.
Yeah.
And they've done several now, and they're doing another one in the next few weeks as well. And it's starting to grow. And I think where you've got community members that took that initiative, that's where people like Umngeni Tourism now can help them to say, okay, great, you've got an awesome idea. What can we do to help?
Yeah.
It's not our idea. It's not our thing that we want to run, but it's something that we see value in and that we want to support you.
Exactly.
And that's the kind of process that we're going into at the
I
moment.
think that's a perfect example of not just I want to be part of something, but I want to start something, and how can you guys help me out? And this is always like say to people: start something and then go ask for assistance. Don't ask for assistance to start something. Always start and then go ask for it. When you've started something and you have something to show for it.
The bridge. These artists, local artists from Gallery Zaza, from Boomtown Initiatives, who started repaint with Lelo,
and Jono.
with Lelo, Jono, and Jax.
Lelo, shout out to you, man.
There we go.
Shout out to Lelo.
And they've started this massive initiative with painting the bridges and creating a route for people to come and experience, bringing arts and culture together with nature and bringing a story about behind the art, not just something to look pretty. So you can go and experience that. That's free. So you can walk around there. It's amazing. You're laughing. She just like smacked that out the park. She's a legend.
Let's give her a round of applause. Let's just give Lelo a round of applause, guys.
Other places you can go to if you want to see a really cool waterfall, go to the Kaku waterfall.
Oh yes,
Stunning.
stunning.
And they've done a lot of nice things there where you can actually do a picnic there. They've got ablution facilities where you sit on open grass. You can go to the Kaku Country Club that manages and looks after the space. And if you feel a bit feisty and you want to do a cycling tour, they can help you with that as well.
Awesome.
Or a bit of walking. Then we can go to, let's go to the Lidgerton area. The Lidgerton, there's an awesome place called Brookdale Hydro. If you like a pampering.
Ente? I know you like a pampering.
Fancy.
I know Ente.
It's so cool.
Ente is a fancy lady. I don't know. She likes. I'm gonna take her out for her birthday.
Please do it. My birthday is around the corner.
There you go. And then if you want to go to a few events, that's actually happening soon.
The Highland Games.
Yeah, Highland Games is happening next week Wednesday. Then we've got the Yulton Arts Festival happening next weekend as well. 3-day extravaganza of arts and culture and bringing society together.
Yeah.
There's so many other places that you can visit too. There's when you go to the Dalgle area, there's this place where you can sip and paint, where you've got these potteries, you can drink a bit of wine and eat a lot of pizza and get your crafty on.
Okay.
And it's fantastic. And then there's obviously the food places that you can go to. And depending on what you want, there's a place called N Square Bakery on the R103.
Yeah.
If you ever thought or dreamt about croissants, they've got every single one that you can think of. And not so any croissants, the croissants. The croissants.
My
ones,
is grumbling.
like
I'm getting hungry.
Caramel, everything is like everything that you shouldn't eat, they've got.
They've got
Which is
it.
fantastic.
So the ideal thing, because I'm a property lady, you think it's good for an investor to build something here
Absolutely.
or to buy a land? Do you think it is a very good investment?
It's without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
You know that Umngeni is currently, the property agents have a problem in terms of stock. There's more people wanting houses in Umngeni that they have available to sell. And it's also because of the economic policies that's been put in place locally from a local government perspective, where it's now drawing internal and external investment. Businesses are coming here. Houses are being built, not fast enough. Tourists are coming to visit. So
For us, it's way too fast for me. I think we have to discuss that part after we discuss the AI hard, the kind of development that's happening, because you've got planned development and unplanned development, which is also hindering tourism.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Karen, sorry about that.
No, so there's massive opportunity. I mean, they just broke ground on a brand new shopping mall that's coming on in Howick, right opposite the mall. And there's a big development in Hilton, and there's so many things happening because people see the opportunity. Because the biggest driver of that is local government.
Yeah.
They're making the environment conducive for people to come here. They've got various incentive policies to say, bring your business here, we'll give you a tax break. We'll make it worth your while to come here. And that just has an effect on the whole circular economy.
I think so.
So in conclusion, you're telling me that it's good for the investors to come
absolutely.
and invest here, and it's good for the people to come and buy
Oh, yeah,
a
definitely.
house here.
Listen,
It's
we-
conducive for everyone.
For everyone, we're down the highway, just 2-3 hours from Joburg and 4 hours, like either direction,
Cool.
we're in the middle.
Cool.
So if you want
That's all my viewers want to
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, that all my viewers want to hear. This place that called Howick Midlands, is it good for them? Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no.
And I want to reiterate, AI is just a tool. Ultimately, how powerful that tool is going to be is going to depend on the user. You sitting behind it. I don't like reading. I don't like writing. It's not one of my fun times to do. But by using AI so much, my vocabulary has increased. My sentence structures, things
Yeah,
like
you've
that.
actually improved, because
Yeah.
it does it for you. So you're like, oh wait, I was actually missing that.
Exactly. And if you take that approach about always learning, it's not just about you'll have 3 sets of people. People that use AI just for the basic things, okay, cool, we'll improve tasks and those kind of things. People that are like, ugh, it's AI, I don't know what it is, I'm not going to care about it. Because you'll have those people. And then people that use it as a tool to learn, because that's what it is. As it learns your language, you're learning its language too. And a good example and how this can help you with your video thing. When you write scripts, or you write an advert or any kind of thing, is that if you put it in ChatGPT, it gives you a generic answer or those kind of things. But there's an opportunity for you now to take all the things that you've ever written, all the reports, articles, newsletters, love letters, all kinds of things, and assesses it, and it gives you a writing style.
Yeah.
This is your writing style. So if I tell you to go and write me an article as this writing style, it will write it in your own words. So I've done that for myself because I've gotten tuned a few times that it looks too much generic. And I've used the tool while learning. Now it speaks my own language. It speaks my own tone, my own voice.
Yeah,
It's complex. But what we need to strive for as community members and as businesses and as people that have space in society is to go break it down for people and give you the opportunity to come up with your own creativity. So this is your possibility. Now think about how to use it. I'll teach you everything that you need to know once you figure out your idea. But our goal is not to be a crutch for people. And also AI is not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be a tool for you to create creativity, challenge your mind, and innovate. And think about things differently. And I think it's going to be a tough run because there's nothing guiding us. There's no legislation or law or society or guidelines on how these things work. So we're figuring it out as we go. And I would much rather be an organization that says, okay, this is a challenge. How am I going to fix it? This is going to be a problem. I know it's going to threaten your job. I know it's going to threaten the graphic designer that does all Umngeni tourism stuff. So instead of saying, okay, great, sticking my head in the sand, how can I fix that? And then through that, figuring out the process, teach other people to do this. And it's through AI that we are creating, also create connectivity. And that's what we're lacking. This is that people don't feel like they're heard. If they have ideas, where do they share those ideas? And if they do share those ideas, does it go into the ether and it never something happens to it? So it's exactly to use these tools. You can do big things, but you can also do basic things that can change society by creating.
So is this AI thing implemented already?
Oh yeah.
Well, like we just told you, we use it.
Like in how?
Oh, now we know it's about to be, right?
So there is businesses that are using it, but I have, in partnership with Umngeni Tourism, we have set up a technology roadmap. Because you kind of need to figure out where your baseline is first. Because you need to know what the businesses feel comfortable with, what they don't feel. And based on that information, we can say, okay, this is our starting point. What is the first things that AI can do to help us improve what we overall need to do, the economic aspects and the social aspect, all those fancy things. First thing is communication. We need to create those networks, connectivity. That we can do. Then the next thing is, okay, cool, flying cars. Slow progression. Okay,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
not
we're
the
gonna
next
get
step.
there.
Maybe not the next
I
step.
mean,
Maybe the 10th or
looking
11th.
at-
You know, the first flight actually in the world wasn't the White Brothers. It took place in the Caucasus. If you go to the museum there at Howick Falls,
How did
there's
you
a
hear that?
whole history
Yeah.
there about the first flight.
Did you all hear that? The first flight right here in Howick.
In Caucasus.
in Kaklu. So guys, don't mess with us. The Midlands is legendary.
I mean, if we can fly, we can be the first flight. We can do anything.
We can do anything. So, if you had a magic door
Yes.
that could lead you to anywhere in the Midlands, where would it lead?
In the Midlands.
Yeah, because right now it's talking. You are Umngeni twins. So you gotta have one place where you'd be like, I would go.
Where you can hide. Do you know what? It's some of the most scenic places in this place, most tranquil is in the garden.
Oh yeah.
There's these Beverly cottages and also Coppany cottages. It's right by the mountains. There's no one there in sight. There's no signal, which is great because I hate my phone.
It would be
And
lovely for a weekend.
Just
away
for a
with your
weekend. Yeah, just a weekend. I can only be in isolation for so long. But it's a good place because there's when the snow is on the mountains in the background, there's cracking fires. When you're there with your friends, it's an ideal place to go to. And quite ironically, also Beverly Cottages is the property that is run by the chairperson of the Midlands Meander.
Oh. Okay.
Yes, Kate runs an amazing establishment there. So if you ever want to go to a nice place to get away, even take some friends if you want to have a bit of a rowdy one, there's some places to go to there.
No, just advice. Thank you very much. And, do you have
Thank you.
any questions for today? Any last question? Or you done? Good.
When are you inviting me to come and tour your place?
Yes,
The
all of them,
Everyone.
I
all
need
of them.
to tour,
Yeah, he needs to
and
follow.
I do tours. I do commercial. I do whatever that you say your places are. I do those tours. I do industrial tour. I do residential tour.
Amazing.
So when I invite
Shout out your number. Maybe when
We-
people watch, so they can actually see.
yes, 0769144017.
They can get you
You
there.
There we
can
go.
get me there.
We are actually going to organize a massive conference for all of our tour guides and people to come together, tell us what your needs are so that we can actually come up with a proposal that works for you. So we don't do it the other way around. I tell you what you need, but I need the guys that's actually doing the work to come tell me. So hopefully within the next 3 months, we've got a tight time frame that I've set for the organization to do certain things. And that's one of the priority areas. It's that we need to bring you guys on board because we've got all of these things, but you guys are the ones that are biggest word of mouth and taking it out. So it's on the to-do list, and it's something a very big priority for us to make sure that you guys are involved.
I had that adrenaline rush. Oh my God, at this place, it's so friendly, it's pet friendly. They had a dog here. So if you want to come here, there it's pet friendly. You can bring your whole family, including your dog, to this place. It's called the Crow's Nest. Behind me, it is the Crow's Nest. It's one of the unique design. It's kind of like the farm style, contemporary. Beautiful. It's quite unique. It is something that it is a must see. I cannot wait to go and view the inside, but they said it's fully booked for today. So anyway, if you want to come and book in here, you can just Google them. They call the Crow's Nest, and then you can come and have your weekend away. It is like a weekend away. I am surrounded by nature. There are no neighbors here. Our neighbors are the trees and the sounds of the birds, the sounds of the stream down there. It is so beautiful. I am telling you, I am encouraging you guys to just stay at home, but don't stay at home all the time. You can just be at home, away from home. This is home. So you can come book. I love it. Look at the behind. Look at the behind. Let us explore these things together. Ningakhohlwa xhumana nosis enhle uzonifaka eyintweni anikhombisa izinto ube niyazi nje ukuthi khona i-Crow's Nest. Ngiyanitshela ke ngilandeleni. Don't forget to like me, subscribe, follow. So till we meet again,